Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of Real Film Reviews Podcast. We are still going through our MCU phases to prepare for Doomsday, but we decided that at the end of every phase we're going to take a little break. So we just finished Ant-Man, and now we're going to travel back in time, and we're going to do a little movie called Smokey and the Bandit from 1977.
This was a request.
Yes, this was a request.
First request, and it was from my mom. She loves this movie. I grew up watching these movies. They're great. They're great. They're fun. Not really a family movie, but they're good.
So, talking about watching this for the first time, he grew up watching this in the early 2000s. Me, my first time was 5 minutes ago. We are recording this after watching it, and this is my first time. I knew what Smokey and the Bandit was, but I never caught it on anything, and it was never the front of my mind, so I just never thought about it. But I finally sat down and watched the first one for the first time. And I'm going to save my thoughts to the end of the video. This is going to be a little different. I got some important details from the movie, like I always do, but we didn't take notes. We are going to wing it.
So, I think it might be pretty good.
Yeah, so... Okay, so Smokey and the Bandit, directed by Hal Needham, starring Burt Reynolds, Sally Field, Jerry Reed, and Jackie Gleason. Screenplay by James Lee Barrett, Charles Shire, and Alan Mandel. Produced by Mort Engelberg and Robert L. Levy. Edited by Walter Hanneman and Angelo Ross. Music by Bill Justice and Jerry Reed.
Oh, Jerry Reed, one of the most unique country singers I've ever heard. Good music, though. I can tell you that. Good music.
I know him as Coach Red Boy from Waterboy.
Cut his ass.
Cut his ass.
Now, before we get on, I was just telling him the story about the first time I've ever watched it. It was probably around the year 2000, summer of 2000, 2001 possibly. My cousins used to come over all the time, and we would watch movies and stuff like that. They like to come over because I had a pool at the time. Well, anyway, we were at Blockbuster Videos. If anyone remembers Blockbuster, that's a blast from the past. There's only one left that exists in the whole United States.
I think it does.
Yeah, it still does. I looked it up. It still does. But anyway, we go to the movie store one night. We're getting movies. We're renting a couple of movies. Well, my mom comes up and says, "Have any of y'all ever seen this movie?" So we look at it, saw Smokey and the Bandit. And I'm like, "No, we've never seen this movie before." And she goes, "Oh, y'all are going to love this movie." And we're like, "Okay." And I kind of look at my cousin, we're like, this is going to suck. Because we were 10, 11 at the time. We only liked movies in our time. So we're like, okay, let's rent this movie. Get back to the house, everything. We put it on, it starts up and everything like that. And I look at him again, I'm like, this is going to suck, man. Boy, was I wrong. It was great.
So I guess I can assume that you've watched this throughout your childhood.
Yes.
Multiple times.
Multiple times, yes.
Okay, yeah, so first time, and I did have fun. But I'll save more of my thoughts towards the end.
All
right. The movie was released on July 29th, 1977, and on a budget of $4.3 million, the movie ended up grossing $127 million.
That's pretty good for that.
Pretty good, yes. So the film follows Bo the Bandit Darville and Cletus Snowman Snow, two truck driving bootleggers attempting to illegally transport 400 cases of Coors beer from Texarkana to Atlanta. During their run, they are pursued by Sheriff Buford T. Justice of Montague County, Texas, after his son's runaway bride, Carrie, joins the Bandit and Snow in their rum run.
I just love the character of Buford T. Justice. It is great.
I know Jackie Gleason from doing like that's the Honeymooners, correct?
Yes,
wrong?
That TV show from the 50s. Yeah, Honeymooners.
Like just knowing him doing this, like he was one of the standouts of this movie. No, he was the standout of this movie. I'm gonna say it right now. Yeah.
Well, between him and his son Junior, yeah.
It took me like half the movie to realize that it was his son. Like, even though I think he mentioned it a few times, for some reason it didn't click until halfway through.
Right.
But Hal Needham originally planned the film as a low-budget B-movie with a production cost of $1 million, with Jerry Reed as Bo the Bandit Darville. Needham had great difficulty getting any studios or producers to take his project seriously, being better known in the film industry as a stuntman. Did you know that?
Did not know that.
Was a stuntman.
I did not know that.
He obtained the attention of studios and aimed the film at a more mainstream release after his friend Burt Reynolds read the script and agreed to portray the Bandit, with Reed now portraying the Bandit's friend Cletus the Snowman Snow. Reed would eventually play the Bandit in Smokey and the Bandit Part 3, which Reynolds only appeared in as a cameo near the end. At the time, Reynolds was the top box office star in the world.
Yep.
The original script, Carrie, was called Kate, while Big Anus and Little Anus Burdette were called Kyle and Dickie. The Bandit's car was a second-generation Trans Am, and the prize for completing the run was a new truck rather than $80,000. Reynolds revealed in his autobiography that Needham had written the first draft script on legal pads. Upon showing it to his friend, Reynolds told Needham that it was the worst script he had ever read, but that he would still make the movie. Most of the dialogue was improvised on set.
I knew that. Yeah, I knew that one.
Universal Studios bankrolled Smokey and the Bandit for $5.3 million, figuring it was a good risk. Just 2 days before production was to begin, Universal sent a hatchet man to Atlanta to inform Needham that the budget was being trimmed by $1 million. With Reynolds' salary at $1 million, Needham was left with only $3.3 million to make the film. Needham and assistant director David Hamburger spent 30 hours revising the shooting schedule. Buford T. Justice was the name of a real Florida highway patrolman known to Reynolds' father, Burt Sr., who was once police chief of Riviera Beach, Florida. His father was also the inspiration for the word "sumbitch" used in the film, a variation of the phrase "son of a bitch" that, according to Reynolds, he uttered quite often. I like that.
That's awesome.
Jackie Gleason was given free rein to ad-lib dialogue and make suggestions. It was his idea to have Junior, Mike Henry, alongside him throughout the film. In particular, the scene where Sheriff Justice unknowingly encounters the Bandit in a roadside diner, a choke and puke in CB lingo, was not in the original story, but was rather Gleason's idea. The film's theme song, Eastbound and Down, was written virtually overnight by Reed. He gave Needham a preview of the song and, getting no reaction, offered to rewrite it. In response, Needham told Reed that he liked the song so much that if Reed changed even a word or note, Needham would choke him. It began one of It became one of Reed's biggest hits and his signature song. I just found out today that that song was written by Jerry Reed because I thought my entire life when I first heard it and heard of other people's names, for some reason, I attached Willie Nelson's name to the song. I have no idea why, and I never even bothered to look it up.
That's funny.
But just for some reason, it went in my head and stayed.
But still, to this day, I never thought about looking it up either. And if anyone out there knows this movie, if you know the reason, I would like to know. Put it in the comments. But towards the beginning of the movie, the song was played, but the lyrics were different. Instead of eastbound and down, it was westbound and down.
Yes.
But then later on in the movie, it's the regular version. So I don't know the reason behind that particular version of the song. So if anyone knows, please put it in the comments. I would love to know.
The films, I already read that. The film features the custom clothing and costuming of Never Western Wear of Fort Worth, Texas. Never provided much of the Western attire worn in the film, as well as the custom-made sheriff's uniform Gleason wore throughout the movie. While made to take advantage of the ongoing 1970s CB radio fad, the film added to the craze. Though the film Moonrunners from 1975 is the precursor to the television series Dukes of Hazzard, 1979 to 1985, from the same creator and with many identical settings and concepts. The popularity of Smokey and the Bandits are similar films helped get Duke's series on the air. 3 actors from the main cast of the Dukes of Hazzard appear in small uncredited roles in Smokey and the Bandit. Ben Jones, John Snyder, and Sonny Schroyer, who played a police officer in both.
Yep.
In return, Reynolds portrayed Boss Hogg, originally portrayed by Sorrel Book, in the film adaptation of Dukes of Hazzard 2005. Reynolds is referenced by name in several early episodes of the series. Before Gleason was cast in the film, Richard Boone was originally considered for the role of Buford T. Justice.
Oh, dang.
Sally Field only accepted the part after her agent advised her that she needed a big movie role on her resume. Universal executives initially resisted casting Field, claiming she was not attractive enough.
I don't see how. That's a beautiful woman. I don't care.
She looked amazing in this movie.
I just don't. I don't see what they were seeing.
Well, that was 70s Hollywood, Corbett. They were all assholes.
Apparently, that was a beautiful woman.
But Reynolds insisted on her involvement. Fields enjoyed making the film, but remembers that virtually the entire project was improvised. And
and I think when you improvise in a movie, I think it adds a little bit more of a better flavor into it if it's improvised. Because there's a lot of comedy movies that were improvised.
Yeah. Also, I forgot to put it in the notes that this movie was the biggest movie of the year 1977.
Yep.
Until a certain little film came out that destroyed the box office. Of course, I'm talking about Star Wars.
Yep. Yeah, it completely destroyed it whenever Star Wars came out.
Once Star Wars came out, that changed movies forever.
Yep.
But we'll talk about Star Wars one day. But that's all I have on the notes, so I'm putting the book down, and we're going to talk about the movie right now.
All right.
So, all right, how does this movie begin, Corbett? I guess...
Okay, starts out. There's a truck rodeo competition going on. It's a bunch of 18-wheelers, semi-trucks and stuff racing each other.
Yep.
And then they have 2 rich guys.
Hold on, before we do, we get a little tease of like what would happen, where the guy had the truck.
Yes, I forgot about that.
And he had them open it, and it was a whole bunch of boxes of Coors Light beer, and that's the point of the movie. Now they got to get it across, but he was trying to do it, but he got caught.
And his bootlegging, he said it's these two old boys put him up to it, and that's where you get Big and Little Enos Burdett.
Little Big, they're definitely their names.
Big and Little Enos Burdett. Almost.
It reminds me of Big John and Little John.
Yes.
Halloween Kills.
Yes. That was so funny. I don't know why. That was just hilarious.
Oh, but yeah, so he gets in trouble. But the guy that had him open the truck.
Yes.
He looks so familiar.
I know. I've been trying to figure it out for the longest time.
Put my name on it. Yeah. That would probably be something that I'm going to look up myself.
Right. And once again, if anyone knows about this movie, comment it. Yeah.
So the Big and Little Enos.
Yeah, Big and Little Enos. They were trying to find Bo, the bandit. And then they started asking a few people, and then they told them where to find them at. And then you find Burt Reynolds, the bandit, sleeping in a hammock. Got all kind of signs up.
I want to lay in a hammock so bad.
To me, they're not so much on the comfortable side per se, but they are relaxing.
That's why I want to relax.
No, of course.
I want to relax so much that I shit myself.
Oh, geez. that much relaxed. I don't know about that.
I guess you got to be really relaxed to do that. I'm just saying.
Oh, it's possible.
I'm all stressed and tightened up, I just want to relax and not worry about anything.
You want to you're all uptight.
So be it.
If you're all uptight, it's like this at first, but if you're that relaxed, your sphincter is just.
Have you ever seen Borat?
Oh God, yes, I've seen that movie.
When he's talking about his sister, he's like, "She good. Hold out your finger. Hold out your finger, Corbett." Like, she tight like this.
Stupid.
I know. I just wanted to do that.
They go up to.
You good? You good?
Oh, no.
If you need a moment, it's okay.
I haven't seen that movie in so long, but I remember that part.
Just randomly popped in my head.
Oh man.
Okay, we can talk about the movie now.
I can't. Okay, I'm good. I hope so. But anyway, he's sleeping on the hammock. And they're like, "Man, me and my son are here." And he picks up his hat and he immediately starts laughing at them because they're dressed the same and stupid looking. And how do you say that? It's like, it must be a bitch to find a 68 extra fat in a 12 dwarf.
Yeah. That was funny.
So anyway, they're talking to him about a deal they want to make them to make some real money, to get out of that rodeo and everything like that, make a good run. So they start telling him what's going on. 400 cases of Coors from Texarkana, Texas, back to Atlanta in 28 hours. And he gets $80,000 if he makes it in time. Anything you want to add to it?
They did have to give him money because he needed a car and everything.
He needed the car. He needed the well, like you said, a speedy car. Speedier than that. I'd like to kick his ass just once.
Yep.
He's like, all right. So they give him the money, and he goes to Cletus Snow's house, his friend.
That was his wife, huh?
That was his wife.
Okay. Yeah, he's sleeping in bed. He goes in there because all their kids are calling him uncle. His wife's like, "It's not your uncle."
Uncle Bandit, yeah.
And he's in bed, and he moves the cover, but it's just his feet on the head of the bed. He's sleeping the other way.
Have I ever done you wrong? Right? Right.
And he tells them about the deal, and I guess he gets them to go.
Yeah, he's like, how much money is it? $80,000. $80,000. And he's like, let's go.
And so they make. I guess this is where they make their way to the unit that has the beer.
What it is, he shows up. the unveiling of the Trans Am car. He's got it in the back of the trailer of the truck and everything like that. And then he says, and then they start going on the like what they're trying to do to distract the cops on the CB radio. He's like, if I say we go to channel 21, forget it. We ain't going to 21. We're going to 19. And he just starts rounding off all these numbers. Like, well, what if we just stay on the odd numbers and we'll just switch every now and again? We'll confuse them like that. And he's like, yeah, that'll work too. It's like, you just made him look like a dumbass. Come on.
I've never used a CB radio.
They are fun.
Now, I where I work, we use a little tiny little radio thing, but not an actual CB radio. I just want to get on one and go, wee-haw, 10-4, you son of a bitch, pound monkey duck.
Freaking Austin Powers reference. But anyway, no, back when I was growing up, I forgot whose vehicle it was, but either one of my dad's vehicles or one of my family members' vehicles, they had a CB radio. And we talked to a lot of random people on that thing. It was fun. If you've never used the CB radio, they're fun. All right.
So I guess this is where they go.
Yes, they get on the road. They're driving and everything like that, and then I think they get into Texas, and it's nighttime, and of course, cop catches the bandit. He catches up to him, and so he rolls around behind someone's yard, just a random person's yard. He's hiding from the cops, and I love how he goes. And smiles in the camera.
Fourth wall break to the camera. Yeah. But before that, we forgot to say that they show up to the place that the beer is at.
Well, that was before they got to that place.
It was?
Yeah, it was before.
Holy shit, yeah.
Yeah,
I've only seen it once. But
anyway.
Yeah, he hides from them.
They get to
fourth wall break. I like that.
They get to the garage where the beer was at. So they kick the door. Well, Burt Reynolds kicks the door in, unlocks the door. So they grab the forklift, and he's like, "Do you know how to drive a forklift?" He's like, "I can drive any forklift thing around here." he's like, "All right." He's like, "No, back it up." No, I said back it up, not rev it up. And so he crashes into the beer.
And I was like, did he damage all of it? Like, it was one of those,
probably damaged about 5 or 6 cases, maybe a little bit more. Because, I mean, he just kind of hit it with the forks a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Cletus probably damaged a lot of them by being thrown off.
Yeah. But, they loaded up in trucking.
It was funny because he's like, all right, well, we got to leave some money for pay all the damages. He goes, that's all right, I got it covered. Just tell him to make the bill out to Big Enos Burdett. So he's trying to spell it and everything like that. He's like, no, hell, I got to go.
He just throws it.
So they get on the road. They're going and everything like that. Well, Burt Reynolds comes up to a car on the side of the road and a woman in a wedding dress. And, of course, it's Sally Field.
Man.
She's beautiful. Just saying.
Movie, dude. Like, no lie.
And I'm not going to lie, even now at the age that she's at, she still looks good. She still looks good. If anyone else disagrees, I mean, that's your opinion, but piss off. Just kidding. But anyway, she gets in the car, they drive off and everything like that, and then they got this van with these 3 guys in it, and they're going to take the car apart. And then a little bit later on, here comes Jackie Gleason.
Which, like I said, he's the best part of this movie.
Yeah. He makes the movie. That's just all there is to it. So he catches the 3 guys in the act of taking the car apart. Hold up on that car wash, gentlemen.
he puts them all up against the car and tells them to stay there, and then he takes off. Which he shows up with his son. What was his son's name?
He calls him Junior.
Oh. Yeah, and so I guess that is who Sally Field was going to marry, correct?
Yes.
You know what? It's crazy, like jumping ahead, but it's never put 2 and 2 together or 1 and 1 together. Or did I miss it?
Well, I mean, it was never really out and out told that they were supposed to be getting married. A lot of people I guess they wanted to try to get people to try to figure it out. Because she was in the wedding dress. He was in a tux with the little flower and everything like that. They wanted to see if people would catch it. That's what I'm thinking.
Okay. Because I was going to say, like, if they were supposed to get married, like, there was never, like, someone's with him. It's a girl. Is that what's her name?
Right.
Like, they didn't put it together.
No,
so
they didn't. They didn't put it together.
Anyway.
But of course,
but yeah, they have their conversations. She wants to get out of the wedding dress and back into her clothes. And while he's driving, doesn't he say something to her whenever she's going to the back? She's reaching in the back for something.
Oh no, that was a little bit later on.
Oh,
we're kind of jumping ahead. Right away, they're trying to track down the bandit. And then Buford, Sheriff Justice, is starting to ramble on like he always does in the movie. It's like she insulted my son and everything like that. She insulted my authority. And then what is it? How did he say that? Man, I can't remember how he said that. But anyway, they're trying to track him down, and then she starts rambling on about what she's been doing in her life and. What is it that she was talking about her legs? And he's like, these are my legs. He's like, oh, I see. What are you going to do with them? He's like, what? With the shoes or the legs? It's like, it's so stupid.
He's like, those are bigger than mine.
It's like, cowboys like fat legs. They're not fat. Oh, they're bigger than mine. It's like, damn, that's kind of messed up, don't you think?
Yeah, and while she's getting dressed like trying to get the dress off, changing the other clothes, she's just rambling on, talking, and who's Jerry Reed's character?
Snowman.
Snowman was calling in, and he's like, what's going on up there? And he puts it to the thing to where she's just rambling on. She's just
rambling on, and it's like, wait, is she wearing a wedding dress? She was. What's she wearing now?
I like that one.
But then it goes back to Sheriff Justice and his son. He's still bitching about everything. He's like, no koozies gonna leave me in no church. Getting up the whole town at a cost of $40. He's like, I can see her now, running back up that aisle. No, she was dancing back up the aisle. The knockers bouncing all over the joint. Look at that wheel. Her ass was wiggling too.
Choke it. So, where are they now? I guess he's going to drop her off.
Well, they are in Arkansas right now, and then he gets. The sheriff of Arkansas gets on the radio because Sheriff Justice is calling in saying, like, hey, I'm in the pursuit of a black Trans Am. He's all mine, so stay out of the way. And he's like, wait, you're Sheriff who? And he's like, I'm Sheriff Justice from Texas. And he's like, man, you're out of your jurisdiction. Just let us handle it. He's like, no, I'm in a high-speed pursuit, man. And he's like, and he said something, he's like, the goddamn judge got nothing to do with it. And his son is always trying to interfere. He's like, shut up, one shit at a time.
One shit at a time. I like that. I'm gonna start using that now. One shit at a time.
So some of the sayings that he says in that movie, and I want to say, I hope those were improvised.
I'm pretty sure they were. If they said he did, that just sounds improvised.
It does. It doesn't sound scripted.
No.
Especially not for that day and age. It had to have been improvised. But let's see, where else was it?
I think
this is where they get to the point to where he's about to drop her off.
Yeah, they stop at
a choke and puke.
At a choke and puke. I don't like calling it that. That's gross.
It's a choke and puke. But anyway, and he's going there to drop her off, and he's getting a burger for Snowman's dog.
Oh yeah,
because apparently he said he looks like he's starving.
Like, why didn't you bring food with you?
That's what I'm saying. Why didn't he just bring food?
Why didn't he even bring the dog?
Yeah, Well, that's man's best friend. I guess he loved that dog.
I know, but it's like...
But that dog's just an issue right now.
Yes.
Good dog and everything like that, but damn, keep him home.
Yeah, so I guess he brings her to there, and it has a bus stop there.
Yes, right? It has a bus stop there.
And he's trying to get her to go.
Well, she actually goes, like, she's going to get the ticket and everything like that. Then he ends up going to the bar to get a burger for the dog. He
got a drink, and I guess.
2 burgers.
2 burgers for what was it, $1.50?
$1.50. 2 burgers and a drink for $1.50. You can't even get one damn burger for $1.50.
We and him ate while went to go get a burger while watching this movie, and mine was $10.
Mine was $13. $13 for one burger and 1 fry and 1 drink.
Ridiculous. So he's sitting at the bar, and then at this time,
you just keep an eye out for that Mr. Bandit bastard. That's what he screams out.
And he goes in and he asks her, what did he ask her for? Do you remember?
I like a Diablo sandwich and a Dr. Pepper. Make it fast. I'm in the goddamn hurry. You want something? Hush puppy, daddy. We ain't got no time for that crap. Dumb son bitch.
Hush puppy?
Yeah, hush puppy, daddy.
And he doesn't know it that he's sitting right next to Bandit.
Yeah, he has no idea. He had never seen him.
And they start talking for a second and ask him what he's doing. And he says he's chasing someone. And he's a little nervous by him, but he doesn't recognize him. So he's trying to go, but Bandit, he's like, here, let me pay for you. He's like, oh, don't worry about it. He's like, come on. Something about I like what you do, like just trying to catch the bad guy. Yeah. So he ends up paying. He's like, I gotta go. He said,
"Where's the can? I gotta take a squirt.
I gotta take a squirt." I thought he was talking about shit at first,
right? But I forgot one part in the movie. It was before then, but Buford T. Justice gets on the radio and he's like, "Breaker, breaker to the Bandit, come back!" And he's like, "All right, breaker, breaker. What's up?" He's like, "You got trouble coming." And he's like, What's your handle on how do you say that? What's your handle and what's your 20? And he goes, my handle's Smokey Bear and I'm tail grabbing your ass right now. And he's like, what the hell's a Texas cop doing in Arkansas?
And so as soon as Buford goes to the bathroom, Smokey grabs a bag, takes it on out of there.
The Bandit gets the hell out of there.
But as he's going, he's about to jump in his car, but realizes his car is heading towards him, and it's her name? Carrie. She's driving, and they end up getting out of there. And I think he comes out. Buford comes out of the bathroom, walking across with fucking toilet paper,
and it's like stringing all the way out.
He gets outside, and then the waitress comes behind him and grabs it off of him and throws it down.
It's funny because after she does it, he looks back and he's like, nice ass. So funny. And then, so they get going and everything like that. Well, eventually, they come to a point to where they ramp a tree line onto a football field where Pee Wee football players are practicing. And
Hold on, I think you're jumping too far ahead.
Oh, I might be.
Because you also I just saw the movie too.
You're talking about whenever the cops had the roadblock set up.
Yeah, the first roadblock, and it was also involving the sheriff that Buford talked to earlier.
Yeah,
and they head towards the bridge, but the bridge is out. He turns back around to go, but they're coming, so he's like, screw it. He turns around and he takes off, and he jumps the thing, and he makes it, but another car goes to the side, and then the cop car with that sheriff falls down, and then Buford walks up to him.
He's like, hey, where's Sheriff Bradford?
And yeah, so this is... mentioned it's revealed. I don't know if it's real. What's the term I'm looking for? So Buford, I guess, thought that he was talking to a white guy the entire time, but no, the sheriff was a black man. And when he figured that out, what did he tell him?
He's like, my apologies. He said, but you sounded a little taller on the radio. He's like, what the hell is the world coming to? It's like, damn, man. Yeah. It's like that. I mean,
because the guy driving the car that fell over with the black sheriff, he was trying not to, I guess, wreck it.
Yeah, because he was like, listen, man, I don't care if your daddy is the mayor. You wreck this car, it's going to come out of your pay.
Yep. And now Sally Field's all excited because she made that jump. She wants to jump something else, like a house or this or that.
Well, okay, we screwed up there because that whole scene was before he dropped her off at the Choke and Puke.
Was it?
Yeah, it was. It was.
That's right, it was.
It was.
It's fine.
Yeah. Anyway, y'all, if y'all never watched it, y'all watch it, you're gonna see it. But anyway, she's driving still. They come to the roadblock and everything like that. Well, they just kind of pass it up, and they're like, "What the hell?" And then Sheriff Justice comes up and they're like, "Did you see that? They went right through our roadblock." He goes, "You some bitches couldn't close an umbrella." Oh my God, that's funny. Oh, and another quote that I forgot that he said was, "Nobody makes Sheriff Buford T. Justice look like a possum's pecker." Shut your ass.
I always found pecker to be like the funniest term for the male genitalia.
Yeah, I agree. Right.
It's just pecker.
Pecker.
Never mind. Never mind.
You had to, didn't you?
I had to.
You had to.
I had to do the...
All right. So anyway, she's still driving and everything like that, and this is where it comes out to where she ramps the tree line, and they go into a football field that's got a bunch of kids playing football, and he's like, watch the kids, don't hit the kids.
Which, when it jumped in, it's supposed to be two of them in there. She's driving, and he's in the passenger seat. But the slow-mo, when the car jumps, if you look closely, you can see that Sally Field's character is a dummy. And then you can see the arms of the passenger leaning over to drive. It's like, right, it's brief, but you can tell, which is it's not a problem, because
that was 1977. Yeah.
So no big deal. It's what's supposed to happen. But yeah, even because it's supposed to be two people, but he's leaning over there. I thought that was neat. And yeah, they drive right through the wall of the thing. Everyone's jumping out of the way.
Yep.
What else happened? Do you remember?
Okay, and there was another part on there where they were coming up to a 18-wheeler that was pulling something across the road. So they had the roadblock, and the bandit notices it. He's like, "Oh my God, watch out!" So they veer off to the right, and then right after they turned, you see Buford and his son coming up to it, and all of a sudden you hear, "Ducker, you're going to be talking out of your ass." So they hit the beam, and the top of their car comes right off.
Yep. And
Junior goes, "Daddy, the top came off." No shit.
It's crazy. Like, for a PG movie, there was a lot of swearing.
Oh yeah.
But this was 1977. This was before the PG-13 rating was. Probably about.
I can't remember
about
when
8 to 10 years later. 8 years. The first R-rated movie was PG-13 movie was released in 1985.
Yeah, what movie was that? Do you remember?
Red Dawn.
Red Dawn.
And I think I've said this in our Gremlins review that Jordan and I did, was that it was because in 1984, it was because of Gremlins and Temple of Doom Indiana Jones were the reason the PG-13 movie rating was created because the movies were just too violent to be PG.
They were a little bit too violent for PG. Yep.
So they're like, they wanted to rate them R, but both movies, if I'm not mistaken, Spielberg had his hand in, and him being a respected director, like he's like, we got to do something. Like maybe we can create another review. I mean, not review. Rating.
A rating,
and
yeah.
So they came up with PG-13. So I didn't know if you knew that. But Red Dawn from 1985 is, if I'm not mistaken, the first movie released with PG-13 rating.
Yeah, I didn't know if it was Red Dawn or Gremlins. I couldn't remember.
No, Gremlins was 84 still. Both Temple of Doom and that were 84.
Wait, Red Dawn was 85?
Yeah.
I thought Red Dawn was 84, but okay.
If I'm not mistaken, it's 85.
Okay. But back to the movie. Tom comes off of Buford's car and everything like that. Well, they're still going, they're still running, and then all of a sudden they come to a funeral carpool thing. So the hearse drivers, they get on the CB and they're like, you know what, we're gonna block them off. So get going and we'll hold them off as long as we can. And then he tells Sally Field, he's like, well, go on, girl, go. And she's like, I'm going. I got the metal to the pedal and the thing to the floor. And he starts laughing, that laugh that he does. So the grave people, they start blocking them off and everything like that. And they get up and they're stopped. And Buford is like trying to look to see where they're at, and he sits back down and he takes his hat off.
He's like all antsy, ready to go, and he pauses for he goes, and he sits back down, and then him and his son just take off the hat.
And Junior goes, damn, he had a lot of friends.
Yeah.
And he goes, he could have cremated the son of a bitch. I'd be kicking Mr. Bandit's ass to the moon by now.
Yep.
So they finally get through, and they get going and everything like that. Well, they're hauling ass. And all of a sudden, Buford goes, hold my hat. And Junior grabs his hat. Well, Junior's hat flies off. He goes, Daddy, my hat flew off. He goes, I hope your goddamn head was in it. Oh, it's so funny.
I think we're getting to the points where they both had to stop and get gas, huh? Are we there?
No, not yet. They had to drop the burger off to Fred.
Yeah, they dropped the burger, and she was feeding the burger, and she was feeding the dog the burger.
And if you notice, whenever she's going to feed the dog jumps up. Damn near looks like a bit her finger.
Yeah, I don't think that was planned. I think they left that in there, which is fine. But he was asking, Snowball was it Snowball? Snowman. Jesus Christ. Blah, 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 blah.
I'm sorry, that was funny.
No, it's fine. Snowball. I did it again. Corbin, can you please take over?
He's talking with Snowman. Jesus, I'm kidding. And he's like, I thought you were going to drop the chick off at the choking puke. He's like, well, I tried to, but she didn't want to leave and stuff like that.
She said that she actually wanted to stay with him, but she didn't want to ask because he didn't want him to say no.
And he's like, I can't have a hard time handling rejection. And he's like, or like the part where she takes that quick turn. He's like, what the hell is that? And she's like, a left or a half of you. Well, please don't do it anymore. But anyway, they're like, we're wasting time and stuff like that. It's like, well, why are we standing here talking about it? It's like, well, let's go.
He picks the dog up, but I think the dog runs away.
No, the dog is still on the ground, and then they're getting back into the car, and all of a sudden, he goes, hey, yes, Bandit. He's like, nice ass. And she's like, thanks a lot. It's like, oh, you caught me there. So they haul ass, and then he's trying to get the dog back into the truck. Well, the dog takes off running. And he's like, oh, shit, come on. And then the dog decided to go for a swim.
Oh, yeah. Ugh, that dog must stink in that water.
Oh, yeah, I could imagine, because Basset Hounds, they got that type of skin where it doesn't smell right. It's kind of like French Bulldogs and stuff like that. Just a bad smell.
And then I think now it's getting to the point where Smokey had to stop and get gas, right?
Yes. They take off because he gets back into the driver's seat, and that's where they get to the gas station.
Yeah. He has the guy come fill it up, and she went somewheres.
Bathroom.
Yeah, where?
He's like, because remember, she goes, I need to take a 10-100 cab down. He's like, why don't you just crawl under?
That's what he meant by that. Okay.
Yeah, that way she wouldn't have to pay.
Okay.
He's like, just crawl under. It's like, damn. Make the lady crawl under. Damn, that's messed up.
Yeah.
So, all of a sudden, you hear Buford T. Justice over to CV again. He's like, Mr. Bandit, you just happen to be listening? Can you hear me, boy? It's like, and how'd he say that? He goes, you got the Bandit? He goes, this is Sheriff Buford T. Justice of Texas. Well, hot damn. Welcome to Mississippi, Sheriff. He's way out of his jurisdiction. And he's like, I got a good welcome in whenever I get you back home, you son bitch. Don't you cuss on this here radio. Well, here it is, you tick turd.
Tick turd. My dad used to call me that.
Really?
Yeah.
And he's like, I didn't come this far to go home with empty pockets. He goes, whenever I get you back home, I'm going to find the tallest tree in the country, and I'm going to hang you from it. And he goes, Sheriff, he's like, I'm listening. Do letters F on me anything to you.
What does that mean?
Fuck off.
Okay.
And he's like, smart aleck. But at first, if you remember, his son is sleeping, and he goes, give me that talker. Oh, man. So they get done fueling up, and then he takes off. And then Buford realizes that he takes off running. So he starts his car and he gets going, but his car on the front end is jacked up.
Oh, yeah. It's still jacked up.
It's still jacked up, so he runs into the car in front of him. And then apparently Junior flips on the front of the car. He's like, what happened, Daddy? Get back in the goddamn car. Oh, that's funny. All right, where are we at now?
I'm trying to think. It's weird trying to do this without notes, but I wanted to try it. But I'm kind of stuck in between where Snowman stops at a diner to use the phone to call his wife, and he knows a couple of people there.
Well, it was around after that time, after Buford noticed him at the gas station.
Okay.
It was sometime after that.
Yeah, and also...
And that's whenever they dip off into the woods.
Yeah.
And everything like that.
And then they had their little moment.
Yeah.
She makes him take off his hat, and then they kiss.
Yeah, he goes, do you ever take your hat off? He goes, yeah, I take my hat off for one thing, and one thing only. And she's like, oh.
I was thinking to sleep, duh. Like, oh no, you mean
to do. Like,
she thought like this. Oh man.
Anyway,
your mom's gonna watch this.
I know. Oh well.
What's your mom's name?
Tammy.
I'm sorry, Miss Tammy. Please enjoy the video. This is for you.
If you knew some of the things my mom said in the past.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to make sure, you know.
She doesn't really do that anymore, but back then it was different.
Oh man, you should have met my mom.
I wish I could have. Well, I met your mom one time at your wedding.
That's right.
At your wedding. She was very nice lady.
Very nice lady, yes.
But I wish I could have met her before then.
Yeah.
But anyway, they dip off into the woods and everything like that. They start talking and everything like that. Well, they end up getting to the point to where they do their thing. And
I guess they did it, huh?
Yeah, I'm assuming they did.
They have sexual intercourse.
Or was it, hold on, there's another word for it, but it's from Big Bang Theory. Coitus. Coitus.
Or
coitus.
He gave her the old in out.
I forgot about that one.
Have you ever seen The Clockwork Orange?
Yes, I've seen Clockwork Orange. But anyway, Cletus is at this this diner. He's talking to his wife on the phone. Well, anyway, apparently Fred apparently possibly bit one of the guys that was in the diner. So he's got him. He's like, "This your damn mud." He's like, "Yeah, that's my dog." He goes, "He just bit me." So he tries getting him back, and he's like, "No, I don't think, Mister, I don't think Fred bit you, because Fred absolutely don't like grease."
I missed that.
You missed
I totally missed that. What he said.
He starts swinging and punching everyone and stuff like that. Well, they start getting the upper hand on him, and then they beat his ass good, kick him out of the bar.
I love how they set him up like in front of the door,
and the dude decks him, and
he
falls out the door. Yeah,
instead of like throwing him like other movies.
No, he hit him out the door.
Punched him out the door.
He's like boom, and he falls out the door. So he gets done paying for the gas. They load Fred up in the truck. So he starts the truck up, and all of a sudden he starts smiling and laughing, and he runs over their bikes in the parking lot.
Oh, before he does though, they had the guy that filled up his fuel, and then another guy brought out some food and a Coke for him.
Yeah,
and then that's where he gets in there and he smiles and he runs over all their bikes. What does the guy say?
The dude that pumped up the gas, he was like, "Wow."
Yeah, like what?
like, calm down, man. It's like, damn, if I got my ass kicked by 4 or 5 people, I'd run over their bikes too.
So I guess this is the point too where Smokey and Carrie leave.
Yeah, they leave out,
and his hat's on the little antenna.
It's so funny because he's like, I just had a throwdown with some of these dudes back in this Eat 'em Up joint. He goes, "So how'd you do?" "About normal. I lost." It's like, damn, you're not a good fighter, are you? So yeah, they get going and everything like that. Let's see, where are we at? Oh yeah, there's a lot of traffic, and then it goes back to Buford T. Justice. He's getting impatient. What the hell is this? A drive-in movie? And he blares the horn. Well, the horn doesn't stop.
Yeah. And he pulls up at this traffic thing next to another state cop.
And then the cop comes up, hears the horn, and he kicks the car. Bow! And it stops honking.
I like this part because Buford's basically trying to talk to him, but the guy's like not wanting to hear anything of it. He's yelling at him.
He's being a dick to him, yeah.
And he's cussing at him, and he tells him not to cuss. And Buford tells him not to cuss, and then he crosses the line again. So Buford stands up and starts like yelling at this dude, he makes him kind of spin around a couple times, and in the background I saw a truck kind of come.
I know.
And a second in my mind, I thought he was going to make the guy get hit by a truck a second.
I said the same thing too when I first saw. I was like, that dude's about to hit him.
Yeah, and so yeah, he gets on his ass and he's like, "I'm sorry, sir. I apologize," and all this, and he's trying to get him not to cuss, but then he looks at him and says, "You could fuck off."
Yeah.
But it's funny because the horn of one of the trucks bleeps him out, but that's what he's going to say, and then he just drives off. I like that. I thought that was funny.
And there was one specific part that we kind of passed up, but I'm going to bring it up again. They had the part where they come to another roadblock. I think it was in Alabama. I think they were in Alabama now. Well, they're ready. The cops are set up. They're ready for him when he comes through. He goes, "Look, there it is right now." And the other cop said, "Yeah, I got eyes."
I got eyes.
So they start chasing him and everything like that.
Before that, too, just real quick, they got to make it there in 28 hours. They got to complete this thing in 28 hours. And according to Snowman, they're ahead of schedule. But then this is when things are starting to kind of fall apart.
Yeah, they're starting to kind of lose track of time and all that.
Losing time and having to drive back and forth to different places. So they were doing good.
But then they got halted up and everything like that.
And there'd be times where Smokey's supposed to be in front of him to kind of, I guess it's to distract like cops from the truck.
Yeah, to keep the truck rolling. Yeah. That's what he's talking about, blocker.
Yes, okay. Yeah. But yeah, there's times where they get separated, but then like later on they just end up back each other. But yeah, the cop, when he said, "I got eyes."
Yeah, it's like, "I got eyes." Well, they run past the roadblock. They're chasing after him. Well, 2 cop cars fall off into a like a little pond or something like that. And then one of the cops says, "Sergeant, you all right? You see me moving, don't you?"
Isn't there a point where Buford says something about his son?
Well, listen. That's why I was getting to it. Okay. After the cops ran off into that little pond or whatever, you have the record truck pulling them out. Well, Buford and his son comes rolling up, and he's like, "Man, did you see a black Trans Am run through here?" And he goes, "Yeah, he calls all this, it's the Bandit. Ain't he something?" The Bandit ain't nothing. He's a mental case. And so you see this truck driver coming through, and he starts smiling. He sees him. He goes, "Oh, yeah, I'm about to get him." So he veers off into the lane, and you see Buford goes, "Oh, good shit." So they back off of the road. Well, the truck driver hits Buford's car door, knocks it completely off. And, of course, Buford goes off. "I saw you, you son of a bitch. You did that on purpose."
And then he tells Junior to get it as
evidence. He said, "Put the evidence in the car." He tells him.
And then when he walks to the car, he's sitting on the seat with the door.
He's at the door in front of him. "Put the evidence in the back." Throws it back there, and he goes, "All right, there ain't no way that you could come from my loins. The first thing we do when I get home is punch your mama in the mouth."
That was so funny.
Okay, well, yeah,
Jesus.
But he's holding the door
because he tells him to do it, but you don't see him do it. And when he walks back to the car, he's already in the car. He's just sitting there holding it. It's so funny. God.
All right, okay. Okay. He got into the fight in the bar. They get going and all that. Let's see, what else was it? Oh, yeah. They have a woman who comes over the radio, wants to talk to the Bandit. It's a hooker. So she starts trying to get him to come over. Well, over the radio, she gets him to come on over. She's like, "All right, you talk me into it." And Sheriff and Junior listen to it over the radio, and he's like, "I got the son of a bitch. I got him with his fly open."
Got him with his fly open. I guess it was all a trick because he never goes.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
But you see one of the cops go in there, though.
Yeah, one of the cops went in there. So anyway, he ends up getting over there, and he arrests a person. And Junior starts reading him his rights, and he screws it all up. So another cop comes rolling up, and he goes, "Like, what are you doing?" He goes, "I just apprehended the Bandit." He goes, "No, you just apprehended my captain." And he's like, "Oh, just take the cuffs off." He's like, "But Dad, just take the cuffs off, you moose twit."
I mean, they caught someone doing something bad.
Yeah, exactly. And it was the captain of a police force on top of that.
Holy crap, that did not register to me.
Yeah, That's captain funny. Of the police force in a freaking brothel.
So, I think that they're getting down to the end.
Yeah, they're getting down to the end because they're still in Alabama somewhat, but they're getting close to the Georgia border.
Because if I'm not mistaken, I think there's a scene coming up where they end up meeting Bandit and Snow Man. And
well, if you're
wait, I'm trying to. He gets pulled over. Doesn't Snow Man get pulled over?
Yeah, it's a little dude on the motorcycle. Yeah. "Hey, man, listen to this. You know what that is? That's Mr. Evil Knievel right there."
So he's trying to get him to check his papers, see what he's got.
Yeah.
And as he's doing that, Bandit pulls up beside him, and then Carrie flips off the cop, and they take off. And then he goes, and he's like, "See you later, ha!" And then he just continues his way.
All right. And then they finally get into Georgia. Finally. And then what else happened? And pretty much a convoy comes rolling up to block off cops and everything like that from getting to them and stuff like that. And then was it one of the cops ramped off of the road and into the bed of a truck, and he's like, "Could you drop me off at the next exit?" All right, what else? What are we missing? Okay. Oh yeah, they're rolling in. They're about to roll in. Well, Bandit gets over the radio and calls this girl that works at another Choky Puke down the road, and then a bunch of her friends roll up in their trucks and cars and everything like that to create a roadblock so they could get through and everything like that. And I felt so bad because the young girl that was with one of the guys, he was like, "Well, go ahead and answer it." So she answers the CB, but she still has the button held, and he's like, "Let go of the button." It's like, dude, stop being an asshole.
She was so excited she didn't know.
She was happy, big smile, and then he says that to her. I'm like, damn, that's an asshole move. So they get into Georgia and everything like that. They're literally like four miles away. So, but then it gets to the point to where helicopters are tracking them and everything like that. So Bandit's like, man, we ain't gonna make it.
Yeah, he's trying to tell them that we're about to give up, but Snowman don't want to give up because they're almost done.
He's like, we come all this way. We're gonna do a job. We're gonna finish the job. And he goes, it's me thereafter. They don't even know Cletus Snow. He's like, all right, well, I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to introduce him to the boy. It's like, just move off the side because Snowman's coming through. Hold on to your ass, Fred.
Hold on to your ass, Fred.
So he takes over. He barrels through everything, and they make it with 10 minutes to spare.
Yeah, because they pull in, and there's supposed to be cops behind them.
Yes.
What stopped the cops from coming? Because when they pulled into there, and there was no cops following them.
Well, I think it had something to do with the roadblock, and then that they made in something else.
Oh, I can't remember.
I can't remember that part. Yeah, but
they make it, right?
Yeah, they make it. They make it with 10 minutes to spare.
10 minutes, okay.
So they get to Big and Little Enos Burdett. They're like, okay, we need a way out of here, and we need the money. So he gives them the red Cadillac that they were in at the beginning of the movie. So, and he's like, please get the money. He's like, all right, we need the money. He goes, how about Double or Nothing? He's like, how about forget it? He's like, what about Double or Nothing? He's like, would you go to Boston to get some clam chowder for me and my daddy? And he's like, you're on. He's like, in 18 hours? And he's like, you're still on. And Cletus is like, what are you doing, man?
So, yeah, they pull out in the red vehicle, and
Buford comes through.
And
the car is fucked up.
Yeah, the car is fucked up, and he's parked on a slant because he slid into it, right?
Yeah, he slid into it, yeah.
Yeah, and Junior went to go do something.
Yeah, he's like, apprehend that horse ass for reckless driving. Like, but Daddy, do what I tell you, power monkey nuts.
But yeah, so he's sitting there like, damn. But Bandit's then parked right behind him, and he calls him on the radio.
Sheriff Justice, who that? And he's like, this Bandit here. And he starts telling him, he's like, I've been chased by the best of you and everything like that. And he's like, well, thank you, Mr. Bandit. And as the pursuer, may I say you're the goddamnest pursuee I've ever pursued. Now all the mutual bullshit is over. Where are you, you son of a bitch?
And at first he was going to tell him something else, but then he's like, no, I can't lie to you.
Well, he goes, I'm at the bottom of the hill, and he goes, I got a suit on with a cowboy hat, and there's a little pygmy right next to me dressed just like me. Talking about Big and Little Enos Burdett.
That's where he was, okay.
Yeah, that's why they were laughing. And he's like, no, scratch that. And he goes, I can't lie to you, Sheriff. You're too good of a man. Look over your left shoulder. And so he looks over and he's like, oof. So he's like, we're going to Boston to get some clam chowder. So they take off. And of course, Sheriff Justice right there on him, bitching and stuff like that. And he leaves his son. And his son's running by, wait, Daddy, wait for me. Who's going to hold your hat?
Because like throughout most of the driving, you can see him have his hand on his head, his hat to keep it there.
So, and after that, credits roll.
Eastbound and Down, right?
Yep, Eastbound and Down keeps it starts playing. Yep. So that's it.
Roll credits. Man, this movie was a lot of fun.
It was. It was so much fun.
Like first time seeing, you
enjoyed it.
I was like locked in. Like
I could tell you were locked in. Yeah, like
I didn't want to say it, but I was honestly gonna go into it being like an older movie, which I do watch older movies, but it's hard for me to get into something that I haven't seen. So I was like, that's how I was going in. I had a blast. I would definitely watch it again. I had so much fun. And it was not. And another thing I forgot to mention is that Burt Reynolds and Sally Field had the best chemistry.
Yes, they did.
They worked so well together.
And wait till you watch the second one.
Yes, I'm gonna have to watch the second one now.
The second one is good too. You're gonna enjoy that one.
Yeah, I like I said, I had a good time.
You have anything to add?
No, I don't.
All right,
rate it.
Let's rate it. You go first.
First time watch. I don't know. I don't think that it's gonna die down because sometimes you watch a movie and you got all this like you're still high on it. But once everything settles, you're kind of like,
yeah,
dude. I don't think so. This movie was fun. This movie was funny. Jackie Gleason was the best part of this movie.
Phenomenal.
I'm gonna give it an 8.5.
8.5?
Yes, I'm gonna give it 8.5.
Okay. Yeah, I grew up watching this movie. I watched all three of them. The first and second one were amazing. Third one was funny, but of course, naturally, it was the least popular one out of all of them. But it was still funny because they had Jackie Gleason in it still. But growing up watching this movie was a big part of my childhood and like a whole lot of memories for me. So naturally, even though I saw it many, many times over the course of 25 years, I'm going to give it a 9.
I'd agree. That's good. Yeah, so Smokey and the Bandit, 1977. The biggest movie until Star Wars came out.
Right? Now, if any of you have never seen it, I don't know how some people are in the country and the world that are about older movies. Some people might have that older soul. Some people don't, whatever. But if you feel up to watching it, you should definitely watch it.
I highly recommend Smokey and the Bandits.
Tell your friends about it.
All right. Well, that's all that we got. We're continuing our break, and we're going to, how do I put it? I'm not going to say the movie's name, but we're going to. This is going to be summertime.
We're going to go back in the past again.
We're going to go past, not further than this, but we're going to camp. So just like, share, subscribe, and leave us a comment about anything. And please, we recommend you watching Smokey and the Bandits.
All right. Yep. Peace.